I know.
I was trying to think of a way you could go back and change Hitler without killing him. So here's what you do. You have to like clear a couple weeks on your schedule in the past. So you travel back, Harley, dressed as a Hasidic Jew, as you can be, and then make sure the curls are going, and you just follow from a safe distance so you can see everything that little Adolf is doing. And you wait until he's bringing his painting to school to show all the other children about it, and they're like, "Oh, Adolf, your painting is very subpar. No, you'll never be famous for that." And then you step in and you put your hand on little Adolf's shoulder and you go, "Stop making fun of Adolf. He's a great painter. You have half the talent that he did." Yeah, and then you beat the shit out of those other Germans, and he'll remember for the rest of his life. You know, when he comes to power, they'll be like, "Who do we need to go after? Do we want to go after the gypsies? Do we want to go after the Jews? Nein! Never the Jews!" Because he will remember it that way. That's what you need to. That's the perfect back-in-time plan for Hitler.
Or maybe he's just like, we kill everyone that doesn't love painting.
Yeah. If he shows them pictures of street paintings, if they do not pick mine, they're done. You know.
My daughter
Taco Bell tried to not give me any hot sauce the other night for my $26 worth of Taco Bell that I had. It's 2 bags, and one of the bags has a box inside of it. Okay, like it's a lot of fucking food. And she just hands it all to me, and I had already said, like, she was like, "You want any sauce?" And I was like, "Yeah, a little of everything," because I do. I want like 5 or 6 of every kind of sauce they got. There's no sauce in the bag. There's no spork for my cheesy fiesta potatoes. There's no straws for my soda. So I just sit there, and like it's nighttime. It's like 11 p.m. and I'm just looking, and nobody has come back, and maybe a solid 45 seconds has passed. So I just go, and just lay on the horn for like a solid 3 seconds. You know, let's make sure they hear. And someone comes shuffling over the door like, "Yeah, what is it?" Some hot sauce and some ketchup and some straws and some napkins. And they just looked at me like I was insane, and I was just like, "Yeah, now." Like I was so angry. And he looked at me like I was crazy. I was like, "Yeah, now." Like, what the fuck? Like, I just bought $26 worth of like this bullshit food that you sell. Like, come on, I want my hot sauce.
That's a huge sum of money at a Taco Bell, too. Like, so that's no joke. That's like
I keep reiterating it because it's so goddamn much
You're
Taco
an entire
Bell.
construction crew worth of food.
More. They've got a 10 for 10 deal. For $10, you can get 10 bean burritos. I got $26 worth of Taco.
Did you get 10 bean burritos in your $26 order?
I don't do that.
Because that would have been disgusting.
I've done it before. I've ordered 10. I've ordered 5. I've like mixed it up because they will, and I've gotten like 5 soft tacos, 3 crunchy tacos, and 2 bean burritos, and then just eat it all myself.
That's gross.
Yeah, I love it. I really love Taco Bell. And normally, Sharandra works up there, and I'm not just saying that. That's her name. Sharandra has been selling me Taco Bell since I was 17 years old. She's been working at Taco Bell, and when she's there, I recognize her voice. I know on the speaker that I can talk quickly because she knows the menu. But if it's anybody else, I know it's a real crapshoot. I'm not.
Do you ask for like, is Sharandra there? This is a real ordeal. It'd be quicker if you could grab her.
Well, she doesn't make the food. She's got those nails that are like crazy long and curved. So she actually has a hard time even handing me the bag. But she puts the stuff in there. I think those nails help her like really capture a lot of extra sauce or something. But she's just swiping the card.
One of those crane machines that grab like stuffed animals.
They're crazy long. But yeah, I hate this fast food employees. I know they're working for minimum wage and it's a shitty job. But it is different when you go to Chick-fil-A. They're happy, they're perky, and they're good looking. They have some sort of interesting hiring practice there. Because like every time I go to Chick-fil-A, I see one chick in there that I'm just like, I wish she was over here. I wish she'd put my ketchup into my bag. And that's not a clever euphemism either. I just wanted to come over here. There's always some good looking chicks at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A really changed the game.
They don't have that downtrodden look to them like Burger King and McDonald's employees have. Like if you're at Burger King, like those people, you can tell. They know that this is life is on that downward curve. They're like,
some of them walk around like they're the ghost of someone who was murdered at a Burger King 6 years ago and just can't escape. That's now their destiny. Just whoa.
What were we talking about? Monkeys?
We were talking about
you get some trained monkeys and you'd be okay. But I think some sort of like you can just get a puppy, like some golden retriever, and you don't have to teach them shit. as long as you teach him not to pee and poop in the house, like he's all good. You can have fun with that. But with a monkey, I think you need some higher level education so that monkey is fully enjoyed. A well-trained monkey, I would imagine, could complete a number of tasks. You know, he could do all kinds of things.
Do your taxes.
That'd be a well-trained monkey.
And then fucking Bobo is the one being audited. You know? They're gonna seize all of his bananas and kumquats.
I need to see your CPA immediately. A Bobo Monkeyson? Where's he at? He's in the other room.
Bobo, we were going to garnish your wages, but the fact that you're paid entirely in lettuce makes that very difficult to do. Anyway, all right. That's even I know that's enough talking about monkeys.
Oh,
for one
thank
episode.
God.
And I am.
There had to be some kind of a joke about garnishing his wages, but his food was a garnish. There had to be something there.
Yeah, like a parsley 401k, something like that. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. It's good.
401 kale.
401 kale. I like it. It gets better as I process it.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Talking about the Wizard of Oz for at least the first minute and a half of that conversation. I was like, I don't know what version.
Yeah. Oh, you don't remember the Wizard of Oz where they burned the swastika in that guy's ass to claim ownership? Yeah.
Remember when they all fucked the Cowardly Lion in the ass while they laughed?
Yeah. The Tin Man skins the Scarecrow alive and writes Jew in his chest and hangs him in a field.
They did set the Scarecrow on fire. Yeah. That's a thing that happened. His hand catches on fire. He did set him on fire. Yeah.
You know, but there wasn't any rape. You know, there was when all those flying monkeys came in, they just kidnapped Dorothy. They didn't gang rape her.
Right.
Which is exactly what would happen.
If the Wizard of Oz was Oz, all those monkeys would have raped the dog.
I want to see that. See, now this would be a great Saturday Night Live sketch or something. Just the Wizard of Oz, but use the Oz like text from the show, and then just have that gory ass intro, but with Wizard of Oz animated characters instead, like the Iron Man with the scar on his face. He's Alvarez. Like everybody's somebody. That would be.
They still have the flying monkeys, but they're like Oz level intensity. So when you see them flying in, you know they're coming down to tear off your testicles or rip your fingers off and eat them. Like they're not like the hunky dory monkeys that flew in. And all things considered, the flying monkeys in Wizard of Oz were very well behaved. They really did stick to their task. Like I cannot imagine a band of monkeys being that disciplined when they finally get their hands on some, heroin.
I think you've got a bit of an obsession with monkeys. Do you think it dates directly back to that monkey birthday party you had, or was the monkey birthday a product of your monkey obsession?
The monkey birthday was probably a product of my interest in monkeys at the time, because as a little kid, I was obsessed with different kinds of dinosaurs. Like learning everything I could about different kinds of dinosaurs and where they lived and what time periods they lived in and all that, and also the different kinds of monkeys and where they lived. And monkeys became more exciting over time because it was like, well, I can go to the zoo and look at some monkeys. I don't want to go to the science center and look at the same pair of T-Rex bones every weekend. Like, it's just not as contemporary as monkeys.
If you're Taylor, the monkeys come to you. I have a new topic.
I wanted to talk about monkeys some more, but okay.
Yes, what do you have to say about
No, go ahead. My topic can
I
fit
want
in
some
anytime.
monkeys. That's all I'm saying. Like I want to have some sort of a monkey experience after hearing Taylor's story. Like I don't want to possess a monkey.
Oh, okay.
I've told the story before about that girl who went to the guy's house who was keeping monkeys in the cages and it smelled like death. So you don't want that. You don't want a monkey as a possession, a friend or whatever. But I'd like to be visited by a monkey. I would like to pay like a petting zoo guy to come over and have a monkey hang out with me for the day. I think
it's like a boat, where it's like you don't want to be the guy who owns the boat. You want to be the guy who can go over and hang out with the guy who has the boat. You don't want to be the monkey handler. Mm-hmm. You want to be able to pop in to the monkey handler's house, hang out with the little capuchin. Oh my God, it's great, swinging from my arm. That's so neat. And then head out. Not have to worry about the fact it's going to get cranky later because it sees you eating a Twix and it can't have one, and so it picks up some feces, some fetid feces, and hurls it across the room at you. Like you don't have to deal with that.
If you had an outdoor monkey, what would the advantages be, right? Like, every so often we get, like, a field mouse in the kitchen that we have to trap and kill, right? If I had a monkey, would he catch the mice around the house? Would he catch the cats around the house?
Yeah.
No.
Like,
I
what would
just
a
imagine him
monkey
holding
do?
the cat by the tail and smashing it into concrete, just furiously, like with no regard to the fact that the cat is slowly becoming pulp. It's just like a dog with a toy. He's just smash.
What the
Yeah, they don't
monkeys
care
eat
about.
in
Like,
the
if you had a
wild?
monkey, I think the kind you want would be an organ grinder monkey. They're called capuchin
Doesn't
monkeys.
sound
You can look
like a
those
friendly
up.
monkey. The organ grinder monkey.
Yes, they're the ones that they would sit there on the street in those little Aladdin hats and like grind the organ and like
no, see,
dance around.
I want an anus ripping monkey. That's the kind that I prefer. The organ grinder monkey is just a little passe at this point. I want the anus ripping monkey. An organ grinder monkey? Like what? Why do they call it an organ grinder monkey? Do they take their organs out and grind them up and eat them or something? Like what?
No, because they're grinding the organ that they're holding.
Oh, okay, an organ. Okay, well, see, I got some mental images of intestinal grinding.
You still had Oz on the mind.
You know what I
hadn't.
Like with the organ grinder monkey thing, like you'll see like in movies, like of depicting olden days when apparently some dude from Serbia's way of making a living is bringing one monkey with him that he gives an instrument and then stands around and collects money on the monkey's behalf. In the time that it takes to train a monkey to not only play music, but to be disciplined enough to not sprint away at the first sign of food nearby and ruin your career, I feel like you could go into the trades. You know, you could learn something more valuable. Like, don't put all your eggs in that monkey basket. I guarantee if it runs away or passes away, you don't just have another backup monkey sitting around. If you did, you have to spend a lot of time training it. It's just not a very good career choice. So I have no sympathy for those people.
Monkeys are really worthless. I've been looking at this monkey diet and like things that, like, you know, if you have a goat, you pretty much don't need a lawnmower, right? If you have a cat, you have fewer like mice and rabbits and shit like that, you know, around the yard. If you have monkeys, nothing. They eat fruit. They scream and squeak and bark at each other all day long. They eat barks and like ruin your trees. They're really not helpful at all. You don't really want monkeys around the house because they're just a pain in the ass. They fuck shit up a lot. And
yeah, they're too rambunctious, and it's very risky keeping an animal with hands around. Because at least with like a dog, you know, it's not going to get into your sensitive paperwork unless you leave it on the ground. Like a monkey, you can just come home and it'll find stuff that you lost, you know, just ripping it apart. Like, oh god damn, my jacket, I still had that. You've just been tearing little bits off and throwing it away. How spiteful of you, you know.
They eat a lot of fruits, but who has fruit problems? Yeah, monkeys
it depends
don't
on how many. So I think it depends on what kind of monkey and like what you want the monkey to do anyway. Like if I got a monkey, I'm gonna be just fine with him having a little personality, being friendly with people. And maybe, you know, some people would be interested in hanging out with him. But I think they've got maybe like monkeys for blind people or monkeys for people who have other disabilities that like help them do things.
Helper monkeys, sure.
And that would be nice if you had a super well-trained monkey that would do things for you, do the tasks.
Yeah, I would like that. You should look into the monkey rental option, Kyle. If you really want to hang out with some monkeys, maybe just call up your local monkey dealer and tell them you want to hang out with one for like an afternoon. One afternoon.
I'm thinking that the people who have helper monkeys are likely to die a lot, right? You know, they've got big problems and diseases and heart. Maybe there's some like out-of-work helper monkeys that Kyle could pick up.
Maybe.
I don't
Maybe.
know.
I think we might have lost Kyle. He's in the same unless he's doing a great job sitting still.
Norm.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got it by now. But there are videos of like maybe it was Gorbachev or someone, maybe not Gorbachev, coming over to U.S. supermarkets and being like oranges in September? Absolutely crazy. Where are they getting these fucking oranges? We have potato all year.
That's a tailor-made example, but that was a tailor-made example, huh?
It's like 3 months in one.
But yeah, I think it speaks to how we're wired a little bit differently and what we're looking for from storytelling. I don't want a guy to go off on some topic and forget the primary subject here. To me, that's just bad storytelling. That's disorganized thought processes.
Different kind. I think it's a different kind because it's about what's funny about the story. If sometimes just the individuals and the happenings within the timeline of the story are what make it funny. You know, guy plus girl plus mud puddle plus dog shit pissing on his leg equals funny. But sometimes that's not true. Sometimes it's more funny to stop and talk about, I don't know, the chivalry in general at that moment and start going off on chivalry instead of telling the story about the dog and the girl in the puddle.
Yeah, I would want completion and then next topic, not fucking insert. My phone. Not this like.
I see. So you're the Terminator of storytelling.
No, well, I want them sequentially. Right? I even when I eat my dinner, right? This side, main dish, that side, right? Hitch is with me here.
Yeah, that's something I don't do podcasts, so I'm just learning. Like I'm just sitting back and learning all of you guys' knowledge of podcasts.
Well, you've come to the wrong place to learn about podcasts.
Yeah. Well, we're about 8 minutes in, so we should be wrapping up our knowledge on podcast segment. You know, the key is to get on the internet and spout off about things you don't fully understand, and then have nuanced positions about things that don't matter. And that you eat your food like it's a homework assignment where you're like, first I do math and then history and then literature or whatever it is. Like you don't just kind of eat around.
Frequently I do, yeah. It's not every time. Like I don't I'm not stuck about it, but yeah. And oftentimes like sometimes I take heat for it. People be like, dude, you have some potatoes. You know what? I will get to the potatoes when I'm goddamn ready for the potatoes. I'm working on the peas right now. You know, I don't have to have all that shit on my plate at once.
Do you count them when you eat them?
Peas? No.
Yeah.
That would be Looney.
Yeah. That would be crazy.
That would be Looney. Yeah, that's where Looney begins.
It's so hot.
I like it.
If you want to get yourself an aquarium.